Today's video is about action and how that relates to manifestation, and if it's necessary to take actions in order to manifest the things that you desire. Now, this is kind of a tricky conversation to go about. I know there's some controversy where there are some people who are like, no, you absolutely do not need to take any action whatsoever. And there are others who say like, yeah, we need to take aligned action in order to receive the things that we desire because we're meeting the universe halfway. And in this video, I want to share my perspective on this and also from my personal experience on manifestation and action, aligned action, not versus not taking actions, and when action is necessary and when it isn't. We can't ignore the fact that this world is physical. Our soul, our higher self, our consciousness is limitless, it's endless, it has infinite potential. But yet we're still confined into our human body, which does have limitations, which does have our five senses, where we do perceive time and space as blocks and barriers to achieving the things that we desire. The answer to do we need to take action is yes and no. And I'm going to talk about why in this video. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rosa, and if this is the first time that you're seeing my face, then welcome. It's so nice to have you here on the channel. If you're interested in getting to spend some personal time with me live on a Zoom call, then on the first Monday of every single month, starting on May 1st, I'm hosting these live Zoom call events that is called The Seed. And basically the goal of it is to set our intentions for the month, to plant our seeds and declarations for the life that we're creating in this container. If you want to sign up, then I'm going to leave the link to sign up in the description down below. Click that link and check it out and see if this is a space that you feel like you want to be a part of. All right, now let's get back into today's video, which is all about action. Okay, so you have a desire that you want for yourself, you want to manifest. As a human being, our natural tendency in order to reach our goals and to reach our desires is to take actions because we want to have control over the desire coming to us, right? And where manifestation comes into this conversation is it says all changes are made first in consciousness. So you don't actually need to take the physical action. You need to first change the way that you see yourself, the way you see your world. And that is all work that you do inside your own mind. Now, I agree with this. I agree that all changes start in the mind and then present themselves in your world if persisted in that new belief, that new thought. Over time, it gets impressed into our subconscious and therefore will express itself in our world. So when it comes to action, we don't want to try to control the outcome so much that we don't allow the universe or our higher self to align the path for us and bring us our manifestation. When we take so much control with our ego, that proves that we don't really trust in manifestation. We don't really trust and have faith in the law. There are some desires, goals, manifestations that we set out for that obviously need action. Like for example, I want to be a YouTuber. I cannot, while I'm limited in this human experience, just say to myself, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a YouTuber. Like, okay, cool, I can say that, I can believe that about myself, but I actually need to take the action to set up my camera, to film, to get the content out there, to be a YouTuber. Like that takes action on my part, right? So that part is action. The part that I manifest in my consciousness is adopting the YouTuber identity and telling myself that I love what I do. Saying to myself, this is just who I am. I just show up on YouTube on camera. I just get ready every day to film and I have people watching me and I feel that I have people watching me. And these are things that all take place in consciousness. But if I'm not actually taking the action of sitting down, showing up, filming, talking to the camera, then I'm not gonna be on YouTube. So how could I be a YouTuber? You know what I'm saying? So like there needs to be some level of action in the things that we desire to do, and sometimes that will take initial discipline. Now, this isn't to limit you because at the end of the day, in consciousness, you can get your reality to look any way that you want. When I say to myself in my mind, I love showing up on camera, I love what I do, I love that I'm a YouTuber, I love that I have so many people watching me, even if that's not the current reality right now, even if I'm not sitting down to film, even if I never sat down to film a video in my life, when I tell myself that first in consciousness, what happens is the action that comes after that becomes natural, it becomes effortless. If I tell myself I'm a fit person, a healthy person, then yes, the actions I'm naturally going to take is I'm going to eat healthier, I'm going to be more mindful, I'm going to be conscious about what I'm consuming, but it's not going to be a push for me. It's not going to be a struggle. It's not going to be forced, because that's who I believe myself to be. That's my self-concept. That's my identity. Now, I want to share that for me personally, something that I've struggled with historically in the past, that's really a part of my old story that just keeps popping its damn head in my life, but it's something I'm working on, and I'm sharing it, not for the sake of reaffirming the old story, but for the sake of sharing with you that it's not always as cut and dry as it seems, and also that we come to this earth to have a process. Not everything is just going to be perfect in our life if we just affirm for it. It will get more and more amazing and perfect, but we have to understand there's always going to be that duality. Okay. And I can only speak from my personal experience, because this is my process. This is something I have historically always had a story and carried a story around. And I have these programs already in my mind about what it takes to lose weight, for example. Like, that's my personal journey, is I have a hard time believing that you can just affirm and lose weight and that it'll work. And I know I'm not alone in this. I know that probably a lot of you guys also feel the same way. Like, okay, I can affirm all day, every day. Like, I'm fit, I'm healthy, I'm beautiful. Here's the thing, is that I believe that our beliefs are what manifest. But a lot of us already have programs and solidified beliefs in certain things being a certain way in our life. And in my personal belief that in some cases, we should work with our brains, work with our programs rather than against it. Like, some topics I have no resistance with, and then I can just affirm and receive my desire without any effort. But then there are some desires where I have way more resistance because I already have a program about that thing. For example, for me, physical appearance and weight loss, I already have a program built up through my whole entire life, through my experiences and through my parents' beliefs and through generational things, whatever it is. I have the belief that in order to lose weight, you need to eat healthy and you need to work out. That's my belief. No matter how much I've affirmed for it in the past, I haven't been able to change that core belief, because at the end of the day, I'll affirm, but then as soon as I eat a pizza, as soon as I eat something unhealthy, I say to myself, this is going to make me lose weight, whatever, there's still those subconscious wavering thoughts happening in my mind. When you add the consciousness to it, first and foremost, and then you take the actions that are in alignment with your thoughts, those two together create such faster and stronger results, because your subconscious mind can get on board with the changes that you're wanting to see take place. And I'm not saying you need to kill yourself at the gym. You need to work so hard and restrict so much and do all these things when it comes to food and nutrition and whatever. You don't need to go to the extreme at all. Even if you just placebo yourself and say to yourself, like, if I do these small, tiny habits, I'm gonna see big results. I feel like that is doing a lot of action to meet the universe halfway. In my perspective, it helps, especially in those situations where you have a lot of resistance. If I have no resistance towards making money, then I can just affirm for money and believe that money's coming and it's gonna come. It's gonna find a way to come into my life. But if I have a lot of resistance around making money, then it would make more sense for me to go out and get a job or to start a business so that I can see there is a clear means, there is a clear way, there's a clear path of actions that I have taken that are going to get me to my result. It's not just action and it's not just consciousness. It's the two together. They need to work in harmony together. Like, we cannot forget that although we're on the spiritual path and although we're working on manifestation and on the higher realms of consciousness, and we're really working on changing our belief system to change our outer reality, and all of that is real, we cannot neglect the fact that we live in a physical world and there are laws to this physical world, just there are laws to the spiritual world. A big part of manifestation is setting our declarations, setting our attention, and then letting go and allowing our higher self to move us, flow us through life, like sit back and allow and trust that no matter what action I take from this point, I'm still going to take the necessary actions that are on my part to take, but I have to trust that the result, the manifestation aspect, that's not in my conscious control. My control is in declaring. My control is in affirming over and over again so it impresses upon our subconscious mind. When you're growing a business or you're calling in a partner, you do your part in that process. And the other part, the other half, is trusting that it's coming no matter what, that you're going to see the results. It's always about that balance. We are spiritual beings. having a human experience. Let's not forget that while our soul is limitless, or higher self is limitless, the subconscious mind is limitless. It's tapped into that endless reality. And we as humans are limitless. We really are, if we can tap into that potential. But we have our limitations while we are confined to a body. I can say I want to manifest being able to fly, and I do believe there's a reality, a potential reality where that's possible. But right now, the human paradigm is not at the level where we can get ourselves to believe that we can do that. However, we can take the action to get on an airplane and then start flying. I can't just say I can fly, and then start flying tomorrow. Even though I do believe on higher levels of consciousness, these things are possible, we have to also work with the fact that we're still human beings. We also have to work with the fact that we're still limited into our human vessel. And yes, 99% of the time we can always transcend our self-imposed limitations, because that's just what it is, it's self-imposed. But again, it's all about balance. So the answer is yes and no. Like when people say you don't need to take any action whatsoever, just affirm, I feel like that almost just gives people permission to just sit on their couch all day, do nothing, expect their desires, but then what kind of life are you living? I feel like that's just living in a low state, a depressed state, a place of low desire, of not truly feeling alive in your life. Don't you want to feel alive in your life? Don't you want to be an active participant, taking actions and living your life to your fullest ability and potential? I know I do. You don't want to just sit out on your couch all day and affirm all day and expect your desire to fall into your lap. Even if you did sit on your couch all day and you all of a sudden got $1 million, how fulfilled are you truly going to be and feel when your lifestyle doesn't even feel good? You don't even feel alive in your life. You don't even feel like you earned that money. And this is a Kabbalistic concept called bread of shame, where when you receive something in your life that you don't actually earn, we actually just start to feel shame and resentment toward receiving something that we feel like we didn't put in the necessary work to create or to get. Not to say, once again, that we need to work hard and hustle, and that's definitely a limiting belief that we don't need to adopt. And we can just work on affirming no, I just take my part of the action, the part of the action that feels good to me, and trust and let go and know that the rest of the work is done in consciousness by affirming the reality that I want to create. You deserve to feel good in your life, to feel alive in your life, to take actions that feel amazing to you. Part of the manifestation journey is not just getting the thing, it's actually getting the fulfillment from working towards the thing. A lot of times when we actually get the thing, we're left feeling empty and unfulfilled. So I feel like just talking purely about manifestation and what are you going to get out of life, it's not addressing the fact that you deserve to feel good in your life on the journey towards reaching your desires, not just at the end goal. You can manifest yourself out of a state. You deserve to feel good. You deserve the things that you desire, and you also deserve to feel good on the process of getting to those things. To sum it up, is action necessary? Yes and no. It depends on the desire, depends on the level of resistance, your current programming. Does it feel good to you? Remember that change starts in our mind, and then that change translates outward. But don't forget that outward piece. Our mind is so freaking powerful, but we also have a body. Let's allow them to work together to create the most amazing life possible for ourselves, combining aligned action with the consciousness work piece. And this is a practice, okay? If you guys have any further questions, please leave them for me in the comment section down below. But that's all from me in this video, guys. I hope you got value out of it. If you did, please leave it a like and a comment down below letting me know what's the most valuable thing you got out of this video. Hit that subscribe button for new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And without further ado, I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Love you.